Chapter 3. The sound of a sword. A person is fighting. Who is fighting? I should go look. Wait. There's no way I can do that. Right now, I'm a ghoul. I'm not human. As long as I'm still a monster, interacting with a human is extremely dangerous. However, a person is here. A person. Yeah. Cool. It's only been a few days since I became a monster, but it feels like I haven't seen a human in a while. If I can just mask my presence and peek at them. Still, from the looks of her armor and swords, she must be an iron level adventurer just starting out. But what is a beginner doing all the way on this floor? I suppose I could be one of the reasons. I wasn't very strong as an adventurer, but there was something I was more skilled at than most. My memorization, the names, affiliations, and relationship of the guild members. I could prevent unnecessary trouble. Occasionally, I could use this to intervene between other adventures. Basically, I was more knowledgeable about adventures than anyone else. I was able to secure my place in the city of Malta. If I had never seen someone before, it would mean that they were new to the guild in Malta. In addition, despite being a beginner myself, I would advise them not to go too deep and die in vain. In that way, I was able to contribute to the guild, and even as a bronze level adventurer, I wasn't thought of as a burden. That's also the reason I was able to continue for 10 years as a bronze. Putting that aside, the problem is her decision. A skeleton isn't a monster a beginner can hunt on their own. Normally, it takes a party of 2 or 3 to defeat it. Even a veteran solo bronze like me can barely do it. Normally, one would make the decision to run, but if they haven't been taught the basic of adventuring, they won't know when to turn back. Yeah! And they gradually exhaust the stamina and become unable to retreat. After becoming cornered and losing any opportunities to run, it's their end. I've seen adventures like this many times, but an adventure way of life starts with knowing danger. It's normal to not have the luxury of thinking of saving people. These situations can't be helped. It can't be helped. I have to save her. Risk. Like I care. Alright. I turned. I wanted to tell her to cut it from behind, but I guess that's impossible. Amazing. A skeleton instantly. I'm surprised by myself. I thought I had some strength, but not this much. This is the power of existential evolution. At this rate, I wonder if the day I become a vampire is close. Don't come closer. Well, I guess that's no surprise. I'm a ghoul that's instantly defeated a skeleton she was struggling with. There's no way a ghoul would appear on the earlier floors in the labyrinth of the reflected moon. If one was identified, an elite would be sent from the guild on an emergency supplication. That would be nothing but a disaster for me. So, there's no way I can let her go. First, they cut off his escape. And now, immediately. I have to clear the misunderstanding. Beef. Leovi. And talk with her. Veno. Lia. It's saying something. There. I do. Adventurer? Are you possible? You are, dead? An adventurer? Yeah. Lento. Mr. Lento? Lento. Ah, Mr. Lento. So, Mr. Lento, why did you end up? No. That means just now you've just saved me. Thank you very much. I'm sorry it took so long. I will worry. I enter hell here also that favor? As long as you don't want to eat my flesh. I don't release clothes? I see. So that's what you want. If you remain like this, if others' adventure come by, you will be mistaken for a monster and attacked. So you want clothes, so you'll be able to go to the city outside. In that case, would a robe that covers your body be best? I would be happy if you got that. Look, she's so sharp. It's earlier than I first thought, but she might be able to do something with this. Yes, one. I wasn't on guard. I'm just still a little scared. You don't seem like a bad monster, and if you hadn't been evil, I would already be dead. You're my savior monster. I'm Rina Lupage, daughter of the knight's house. Will repay my debt. Please wait here, Mr. Lento. I was able to communicate better than I thought. Despite her age, she seems pretty educated. Her being the daughter of a knight's house doesn't seem to be a lie. Well, it's not like I believed everything, but if I trust my intuition as an adventurer, that girl is probably fine. Well, even if she betrays me, I will deal with that then. In that case, I'm sure a strong adventurer will be coming. I guess I will get something in the meantime. In any case, it might be good to practice some hide and seek. Yaran Kingdom, City of Might, Guild. Mr. Lento hasn't returned. The person who shows up at the guild every day. Where the world did he go? Guild employee Sheila evades. I thought he would be back soon after he left, just like always. But now that I think about it, you can easily count the days he hasn't been to the guild. He always enters the labyrinth at the same time every day, and he would always return to the guild at the same time, resupply and report the completion of requests. Then he would start his own studying. That's his routine. That's his day to day. Even so, I'm known Mr. Lento for over 5 years now. I remember hating it when I first became his advisor. It's not that I hated him. Giving guidance to those without ability is part of our job. It wouldn't be strange to me thinking about retirement if you're only bronze level after 5 years. I had convinced myself I'd been handed a case to fire, but he was different. It was because his true strength would never been reflected by his fighting ability or class. Learning and knowing the people in the area, nurturing and teaching the new adventures basic manners and techniques, always taking on the missions that no one else wanted to do. He intervened whenever there were arguments the guild found difficult in advising on, and he supported the guild's management from the outside. The result were things like lower death rate among Avengers, stabilized public order, and revitalization of the city. The city's guild possessed many accomplishments that would have been impossible without him. The numbers of adventures and employees that learned from him is not small. Even now, most of the top bars in the city are receiving guidance from Mr. Lento. He was never awarded for what he did, which was surprising, but he oversaw everything like he enjoyed it, and he never gave up his dream of becoming a middle-class adventurer. I can't believe I'm proud over him not returning. Mr. Lento, please be safe. Excuse me? Excuse? Huh? Sorry, I spaced out. If I'm correct, you are a beginner. Yes, I'm Rena Lupage. You just returned from your first labyrinth. I have something I want to talk about today. Information about the stores around here. In that case, I have a simple map. It's usually for tourists and people who have just come to the city. I recommend here and here. Also, this is a bit of a sketchy store, so be careful of the merchandise. Yes, thank you for your assistance. Take care. Now that I think about it, Mr. Lento was the first one to make this map. Mr. Lento, come back soon. I don't remember how many I've defeated anymore. Before, I was a skeleton that might die trying to take a single enemy down. But even against multiple opponents, one big slash puts them into. It's not like my ability was what has increased or anything though. The power in my body, in addition to simple body strength, the amount of magic, vitality and spirit is continuously increasing. The body that was heavily before is now moving perfectly to my will. I wonder if the ones who made it higher than me saw the world like this from the beginning. If I could, this is how I would have wanted it to be while I was still living. When I was alive, I would always imagine how I wanted to move my body and swing a sword. I would get blood blistered. They would burst and I would keep swinging But no matter how much my body would never move exactly as I imagined. Well, even after dying, I'm able to fight with my own will. So, I guess that's fine. Excuse me? That's you, right, Mr. Lento? It's fine, but honestly, you're speaking, it's got a little better. Breakfast. That's great. After all, we have plans to go into the town after this. Oh, that's right. Here are the things you ordered and your change. With this, I can cover my whole body. Also, there seems to be more. A pouch and a bandage. I thought those might be necessary as well, if you wanted to hide your appearance. Thank you. I was right to leave it to her. Steady rope, the pouch, and small things are well made too. With this, no one will recognize me as a monster. No, the only problem is how much I can hide my face. I have a mirror. Would you like to take a look? How sharp is this girl? This is... To be honest, I'm not used to it either. Since that was the case, I actually bought one more thing. The price wasn't that high either, and I thought it was perfect. What do you think of this, Mr. Lento? A mask. To be continued. Thank you for listening to Chapter 3. I hope you liked it. And thank you for listening. And see you in next chapter. And bye bye.